0-2 on Barmakian. Here's a ball hit to the shortstop, backhanded. Nice play by Barth. The throw in time. That took a funny hop, but Barth with good reflexes made the play look easy for out number 1.
It's a good backhand and the edge of the outfield grass. Good arm strength. Made the throw over to first for the first out.
When the Idaho Falls team was with the Braves, the Padres, and the Royals, we had 2 rookie league teams. And Cincinnati only had 1, so therefore they got all the high draft picks of the Cincinnati Reds. Here's Jose Reyes. He's been a pleasant surprise, batting .369. Batting second. He had 2 hits in last night's ball game. Left-handed batter against the lefty Maybach. And the first pitch called strike 1 on the outside corner. Jose has a 14-game hit streak. Played second base last night, third base tonight. Tyler Kelly still a little banged up. Swing and a miss, and boy, Jose fooled by that curveball, and it's 0-2. Maybach, all arms and legs. They list him at 6'3", sure looks a lot taller than that. Looks into his catcher Fernandez, gets into his windup. And that pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reyes out of Esperanza, Dominican Republic. The 1-2 pitch to Jose Reyes. Swing and a foul ball, not held on, so Jose will get another crack at it. Billy Gardner Jr., coaching at third base, said Jose's a great 2-strike hitter. He's played 43 games, has 41 RBI, has had some big hits for Idaho Falls this year. The 1-2 pitch, that one is way high, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two the count on number 2, Jose Reyes. And that one is hit back to the pitcher, Maybach. He'll field, he'll throw, and that is out number 2 as Maybach jammed Jose, got him in on the hands, and it was a weak ground ball back to the pitcher. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Dusty Stroop. Leads the team in home runs with 16. RBI with 73. Dusty batting .367. Last night had a hit in his last at-bat, and that extended his hitting streak to 15 straight games, which is the highest currently on the team. First right-handed batter facing Maybach, and Dusty takes the first pitch, called strike 1. Tomorrow night, free baseballs to the first 500 fans here at the Luke. Next pitch, that's lifted high and foul down the right field line, out of play. Off the roof of the clubhouse. And Dusty down in the count, 0-2. Again, Maybach in his last start 7 days ago pitched 5 1/3 of scoreless baseball against Glacier to pick up his first professional win. The windup and the 0-2 to Dusty. And that's called strike 3, a high strike, called strike 3. And Chukars go down quietly in the first, 3 up, 3 down, as we played 1, no score on your Wednesday night.
In my Idaho, we drive well. That's why I'm shifting. Now, instead of going on about distracted driving, I'm talking about engaged driving. And I'm shifting the way I drive. More focus, more in the moment. Phone put away, radio left alone. Even though it's sitting out where it belongs. Why? Because we're better around here. Most of us are already doing the right thing. So let's keep the conversation going and make the shift together.
Shift. Engaged driving initiative. Visit shift-idaho.org for more information. Welcome to the summer of
Thank you, Whitey. The Idaho Falls Bandits open World Series play tomorrow night in Shelby, North Carolina. They'll take on a team from Omaha, Nebraska, right around 7:30 local time, and it'll be televised on ESPN3 if you have that. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the Bandits game tomorrow night during our game here at Melaleuca. Andrew Fernandez, the catcher, Jacob Klein, and Jordan Hovey, the scheduled hitters here in the top of the second. Fernandez batting .250 with a pair of home runs, 12 RBI. Fernandez grew up around baseball. His dad, Alex Fernandez, pitched for the Florida Marlins, World Series champs in '97, and also the Chicago White Sox. So he was an 11-year pro. Andrew Fernandez's dad, Alex, a great pitcher. And he swings the first pitch. Reyes tried to scoop it up, and that'll be an error on Jose Reyes. Did not get in front of the baseball, sort of tried to scoop it up with the glove on the short hop and came up empty. For Jose, his 13th error. Error number 109 on the Chukars this year. By comparison, Billings only 78. Now the batter is Jacob Klein. Klein batting .340. Takes the first pitch for a called strike one. Klein with 6 home runs and 25 RBI.
This spot of the lineup, it was supposed to be Jalen Garcia. However, he was scratched from the lineup. Not sure if there was an injury or the manager, Jim Riggleman, wanted to give him a rest.
Ball hit to center field. Back goes to Bonville. Still going back. He's going to make the catch in left center field for the first out as Klein gave it a ride. No wind whatsoever tonight here at Melaleuca Field. Brings up Jordan Hovey, the second baseman. Hovey batting .259 with 4 home runs, 24 RBI. Hovey came in last night's game as a pinch hitter and struck out. Runner at first. Pitch is a called strike one. Jordan Hovey bats from the right side. He's out of Omaha, Nebraska. Played for Billings last year. That pitch is low in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. In 2021, last year, Hovey played in the Kansas City Royals organization. He had a .154, and Kansas City said, well, thanks for trying out. The pitch in the dirt, nice backhanded grab by Hiskey. The count is 2-1 with Andrew Fernandez at first base. Reached on an error. Hovey played for Billings last year, batted .500 in 9 games. Next pitch is a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Fastball at 92 on the outside edge. One out, one on, top at 2, no score. Game 2 of a 6-game series. The 2-2 pitch, that's hit foul, out of play. We've got some free tickets to give away for tomorrow night's ball game. We'll do that throughout the broadcast for folks that are in attendance. Two balls, 2 strikes on the number 7 hitter, Hovey. Ground ball, foul down the third baseline. Count remains 2-2. DeCenzo looks over his shoulder at the first base runner. That's Fernandez. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. Another good fastball. Second strikeout for Jack. Out number 2 in the inning. And it brings up Bryce Jackson, the first baseman. Jackson came into the game last night as a pinch hitter, and he struck out. Jackson struggling this year, batting just 170 with a couple of home runs and 9 RBI. Bats from the left side. He's a big boy, 6'2", 245. 23 years old, out of Millersville, Maryland. Fernandez still at first base. The first pitch is fouled off, out of play.
If that was the vote of your car, remember to take it to Young Auto Body, located at 891 Pine Tree Drive in Idaho Falls.
Early scores around the Pioneer League. Grand Junction with a quick 6-0 lead over Northern Colorado. Glacier leads Great Falls. That's good, 2-0. 0-1 to Jackson, a high pitch, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ogden leads Rocky Mountain 2-1, and Missoula leads Boise 4-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, a runner at first. No score here at Melaleuca in the top of the second. And this pitch is lifted foul and out of play. Left side, count now 1-2 on Bryce Jackson. Jim Riggleman, the manager for the Billings Mustangs. Again, managed 5 teams, I believe some 13 years in the majors. The 1-2 pitch. Ball hit into shallow center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Fernandez will stop at second, so Jackson with a single. Now there's runners at first and second for the number 9 hitter, Jordan Barth. Barth hitting .295. Last night was 2 for 4.
Number 37, this shortstop, Jordan Barth.
Barth out of Minnesota, Cold Spring, Minnesota. He took a week off in June from the ball club to get married. He was married to Lexi, now Lexi Barth, on June 20th, my birthday. So the Mustang says, take the week off, young man. Enjoy your honeymoon. Might be the last week you enjoy. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I kid, folks. Considering I'm going on year number 40 with my better half. Fastball misses outside, 1-0 the count. So Jordan Barth, has been married for about 6 weeks now. Number 9 hitter, batting .295 with 3 home runs, 17 RBI. Fernandez the runner at second. Jackson the runner at first. The 1-0 pitch, that's popped up infield. It's going to be Bonning, the second baseman, makes the play, and that'll be out number 3. No runs on a hit and error, 2 men left. As we go to the bottom of inning number 2, no score between the Chukars and the Mustangs from Melaleuca Field.
Like he's done for years. Falls Brand is a 4th-generation family-owned business that has served the residents of Idaho for over 100 years. And Falls Brand has been the official hot dog at Highland Park, McDermott Field, and now Melaleuca Field. Falls Brand is also known for its mouth-watering hams, sausage, bacon, and natural pork. So next time you take the family out to the ballpark, make sure and enjoy a Falls Brand hot dog. It's as American as baseball and apple pie.
Young and poor children have an undetected vision problem. This can affect their educational, recreational, and emotional growth. At ABC Vision Care, we know how important your child's vision is. Eye exams check more than just how clearly your child can see. We also check how efficiently your child's eyes are working together and the health of their eyes. At ABC, we pride ourselves on our ability to help each child have a comfortable, fun, and accurate eye exam. Ensure your child's success. Schedule their ABC eye exam today. 525-8686.
Hey, this is Jack Senzo from Norfolk, Massachusetts. You're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ and Sports.
2, no score for the Chukars, Hiskey, DeBonville, and Hewitt. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters to face the lefty Patrick Mayback. Mayback, quick work of the Chukars in the first, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Hunter Hiskey leads it off, batting .349. When my Yankees lost again, the Mariners got them today 4-3. Yankees have lost 7 of 8, but they still have a 10-game lead in the American League East. Other final scores: Padres over the Giants 13-7. Angels beat the Athletics 5-4. Cubbies over the Nationals 4-2. Brewers beat the Rays 4-3. The Mets over the Reds 10-2. And everything else is under the lights. In fact, we're watching the White Sox and the Royals here in the Jim Gar Show radio booth. That score is 1-0 Royals. First pitch to Hunter Hiskey is a called strike one. Hunter with 6 home runs, 24 doubles, second in the Pioneer League, 4 triples, and 69 RBI. Next pitch fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. Hunter's sister-in-law, Hannah, is in town. Met her last night. Hiskey with 69 RBI. He had 40 in the month of June. 40 in 1 month. Pitched low. Its count is now 1-2. Yeah, the stands are filling up here at the ballpark. 1-2 to Hunter. Swing and a miss. And that is the second consecutive strikeout. Hunter does not strike out a lot. In fact, he has more walks than he has Ks, and that's very rare in professional baseball. Brings up Debo. Thomas DeBonville had the night off last night. On Sunday, his last game, hit 2 home runs, a grand slam, and a 2-run shot in Boise. Debo hitting .304. Just joined the team a couple of weeks ago. Of course, a mainstay in last year's squad that made the playoffs. That'll be a base hit into left field. A nice, easy swing by Debo. First hit of the ball game, first runner for the Chukars here in the second. And it'll bring up Brendan Hewitt. He's the hottest Chukar as of late. Debo, great speed, 4 for 4 in stealing bases. Hewitt in the month of August is batting .590. That's .590, left-handed batter. Overall on the year, batting .349. Lefty-lefty matchup with Debo at first base. First pitch to Hewitt is down low, ball 1. Chukars have swiped 107 bases this year. They've been caught only 13 times. That's an 89% success rate. Doesn't get much better than that. The 1-0 pitch to Hewitt. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-1.
Everybody clap your hands. Check it out, y'all.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A runner at first base. There goes Debo. Here's the throw down to second, not in time. DeBonville with his 5th stolen base in 5 attempts. So the Chukars have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. The count on Hewitt is 2-1. Last year, Debo swiped 26 bases and was caught only 2 times. Of course, he started the season with the Schaumburg Boomers, hit .258. Swiped 4 bases for the Boomers, and he has number 5 for the Chukars. In scoring position with 1 away. No score here in the bottom of the second. Hewitt chops one, going to be fielded by the shortstop behind the bag. They throw Hewitt out for out number 2. Shortstop Barth was shading Hewitt to pull the ball. He did, as he was lined up right close to second base and got to the ball easily for out number 2. DeBonville moves over to third, and the batter is Brady West. Brady's struggles continuing, batting just 182 in the month of August. Overall, 292 hitter with 55 RBI. So DeBonville at third with 2 away. Then the checker lineup loaded with lefties. First pitch from Maybach is a called strike 1. Brady, normally a catcher, leads the team in triples with 6. Sort of a rare stat. The 0-1 from Maybach, and West swings at one that was outside and down low. He's down in the count 0-2 as the struggles continue for the second-year Chucker. Seth Strong getting the night off tonight. Go ahead, Noah.
It's been a tough go of it as of left. They're batting over 300 in the month of June. He batted 214 last month, and he's trying to get through the cold spell. Whatever's affecting him, he's trying to get through it.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Takes it high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A tough pitch to take. It looked good from the arm of Maybach.
And he started to flinch, did Brady. West left-handed hitter wearing the black batting gloves. Maybach from the stretch with a runner at third. 1-2 pitch, inside-out swing, lifted foul near the picnic area. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Look out, third baseballs and bats coming into the stand. So be sure to look out.
Everybody wears the batting gloves. Will Myers from the San Diego Padres, who played here in Idaho Falls, the only guy I can think of that does not wear a batting glove in the major leagues. Will played here when he was with the Padres organization. 1-2, 2 outs. High pop up. Backing up is the shortstop Barth. Wait for it to come down. That thing was up in the sky a long time, but it's an easy out for out number 3. No runs on a hit. No errors, and the Chuckers leave a man in scoring position. We've completed 2. No score tonight thus far from Melaleuca Field, Billings, and Idaho Falls. Hometown of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Currently on a 4-game hitting streak, his longest hit streak of the season, 8 in a row, back in late July. And he swings at the first DeCenzo offering and fouls it out of play. 0-1 the count. Taylor walked his first time up tonight. "23 years old. Pitch high from DeCenzo, and it's 1-1. Pretty good crowd tonight on a Wednesday. Next pitch, high, fastball misses, 2-1. Taylor last night had a single and a double in the Mustangs' 3-2 win. Next pitch, fouled back to the netting, and it's 2-2. The Mustangs are currently on an 11-game, 13-day road trip. The Mustangs will cover 1,400 miles over the next 2 weeks. 11 straight away games. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and DeCenzo has that fastball working up in the zone. Strikeout number 3 for Jack. And it brings up Burl Dixon, the right fielder.
That fastball is what made Jack effective at several of the starts. The big one being the 10 strikeout performance he did against Glacier, where he went 7 1/3. Once he gets that fastball working north, south, east, west, it's a very effective pitch.
Dixon struck out his first time up, takes the pitch high for a ball. Just received a text from the governor, Kent Marbo, not the real governor, but that's what we call Big Kent Marbo. How about them M's, baby? They have been hot, no doubt about that. That pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. Listening at home with his wife, Kate. Still trying to figure out how Marbo got Kate to marry him. 2-0 the count. Next pitch to Burl Dixon, the Kansas City Royals draftee, and that's going to be a foul ball. And it's 2-1.
Mentioned the M's, John, and of course when we went off the air last night, came home, the M's were still playing. They were in a 13th inning, just amazing ball game against the Yankees.
1-0 the final score last night. The Judge hit his 48th home run today in a losing effort. Pitch high, 3-1. Top of 3, no score. Thanks for tuning in tonight. KSPZ, the Sports Zone. There's ball 4 outside. So Dixon with a 1-out walk. Of course, in a couple of weeks, we'll have high school football on the air here on KSPZ. Idaho Falls and Skyline. The Boise State Broncos can be heard here on KSPZ. We have another sports channel, Sports Zone 2. That'll be where the Idaho Vandals will be on the air, along with Hillcrest, Bonneville, and Thunder Ridge High Schools. And then on 100.7 My FM, it's the home of the BYU Cougars as we get ready for football. First pitch is fouled out of play, 0-1. I know Eric Moon of Local News 8, he started his high school football preview series. One thing I'm excited about, 2 stadiums will have turf this year, Ralston and Rigby. And I think Pocatello was working on turf at their home field. Bell hit right up the middle, a comebacker, and it's runners at first and second as Wirtz is now 4 for 4 in the series. He was 2 for 2 last night and 2 for 2 tonight. He's been on base all 6 times. Well, I take that back. He had a sac fly in last night's game, but runners at first and second for Jackson Raper, who hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. We could handle that again right now. So we have 5 high schools and 3 colleges, and then on Sunday we'll have the NFL here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone. You like football? We got you covered. And who doesn't like football? Come on. Pitch in the dirt. Hiskey blocks it. Count is 1-0.
Will there be a specific team covered on Sunday, John?
Nope, just the Fox Sports Game of the Week.
I like it.
Well, Jackson Raper, of his baseball career does not pan out. He earned his master's degree in accounting science. What is accounting science?
Good question.
1-0 pitch. Ooh, looked good, but it was outside, says the home plate ump, and it's 2-0. He earned that master's degree at Illinois, the University of Illinois, the big school in Champaign. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike called, 2-1. Raper, a pretty good basketball player in high school, played for the state champs in his hometown of Concord, North Carolina. Here's a swing and a miss that time. It was another good fastball at 93. Boy, Jack's been right around 92, 93 and throwing a lot of the heater tonight. Has given up just 2 base hits, make it 3 base hits. Last time out, picked up a big win here at the Luke against the Boise Hawks when he went 7 innings and gave up just 2 runs. Now we have a full count, 3-2. At second is Dixon. At first is Wirtz. With 1 out, don't think the runners will be going, but they could be if they have confidence that Raper can get the bat on the ball. Nope, not going. 3-2 pitch. Lifted, foul, and out of play. Foul ball off to our left. Count remains 3-2 on the cleanup hitter. Raper bats from the left side. 3-2 pitch. DeCenzo comes set. The pitch. Ball hit into left field. That's going to be a base hit in front of Barmakian. Dixon held up, and now the bases are loaded for the Mustangs with 1 away. And the batter will be Andrew Fernandez. Taylor struck out to start the third. Dixon walked, and back-to-back singles by Wirtz and Raper brings up Fernandez with the bases loaded and 1 away. Fernandez reached on an error his first time up as Hunter Hiskey goes out to talk with his right-handed pitcher. Chukars in town till Sunday. Monday a travel day, and then it's off to Missoula for 6. Well, the Chukars got a double play to get out of the jam in the first inning. Let's see if they can do it again here in the third. Bases loaded and just 1 away. No score, but Billings threatening. And the ball is chopped foul right to the third base coach. 0-1 the count. Again, that's Drew Rossi out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. Right-handed hitter is Fernandez. DeCenzo kicks, 0-1 pitch. Ball hit into the gap. Barmakian coming in. He'll make the catch, but that's going to be deep enough to get the first run on the scoreboard. A line drive sacrifice that time. Fernandez picks up an RBI. Nobody else tagged. Dixon scores from third, and Billings takes a 1-0 lead as Jacob Klein will come to the plate. No, this is Jordan Hovey. So it is Hovey batting 6th and Klein batting 7th. Two away, the walk comes back to hurt DeCenzo. First pitch to Hovey is fouled it back out of play, 0-1. Billings with 4 base hits in the ball game as we play here in the top of inning number 3. Hovey struck out swinging his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. That's lifted down the left field line. Barmakian giving chase, but it lands right in the Mustangs bullpen. Count now 0-2 as Wirtz goes back to second and Raper goes back to first. Mustangs with a 1-0 lead. Again, last night's score was 3-2. Billings the best pitching staff, the second best defensive team in the Pioneer League. 0-2 pitch high, 1-2. Overall 34 wins and 31 losses. 3 games over 500. The Chukars come in 9 games over 500 at 38 up and 29 down, which happens to be the 4th best record in the Pioneer League in both halves. DeCenza 1-2 pitch. Hiskey kept it there for a while. DeCenza wanted the call, didn't get it. And that'll even out the count at 2-2. Hiskey just kept the ball right where he caught it and didn't throw it right back to the pitcher to maybe to get his message across. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch is going to be a high pop-up infield. Foul territory. Reyes comes over. And boy, he nearly overran it. He makes the catch for out number 3. But the Mustangs get on the scoreboard first. 1 run on 2 base hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base as we move to the bottom of inning number 3. Mustangs lead the Chukars by a 1-0 score.
Besides Melaleuca Field, where are you?
With 5 home runs, 45 RBI, throw in 14 doubles and 4 triples. And by the way, Eric leads the team in stolen bases with 13. It'll come to the plate. Wears number 26 on his back, does Eric Callahan. Third baseman Raper, even with the bag. Callahan last night was hitless, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Facing the lanky lefty, Patrick Maybach. And Callahan tries to bunt his way on, but he bunts it foul.
Fans, for your safety, we ask you please stay off the top of the dugouts.
See some of the Skyline football coaching staff watching the game tonight after their 2-a-day practices. Head coach Scott Berger, assistant coaches Chase Meyer and Scotty Nielsen. The Grizz look for the 3-peat in the state championships. Callahan hits a high fly ball. Dixon does know, he has no idea where it is. Now he sees it, and it's going to go off the bottom of the wall in right field. The ball was hit high. Dixon just looked up, did not move, and by the time he spotted the baseball, it went off the Knife River sign in right field, so Callahan will have a double. That should have been an out. And we'll take that break.
Not sure if he'd lost it in the sun.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, why else would he have lost it? Right field is the sun field here at Melaleuca. Here comes Brandon Bonning, his first at-bat as a Chucker. Overall this season, he's batting .253 with his third team in the Independent League. So Callahan with a leadoff double. A gift double, but it's a double nevertheless. Breaking ball from Maybach, misses high, ball one.
Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah, Eric can say, boy, I rattled the wall on that first at-bat tonight, but it goes in the books as a two-bagger. Right-handed hitter is Brandon Bonning. Swing and a miss, evens out the count at 1-1. Simi Valley, California, his hometown. Played, I believe, 6 games with the Ogden Raptors before the Chukars made the trade for the infielder. Bats from the right side. He's 5'10", 180. And he's 23 years old. Batting ninth tonight. The 1-1 pitch takes the pitch inside, 2-1. Well, last homestand, Seth Strong in his first at-bat in a Chucker uniform hit a 2-run home run. I don't know if Bonning has the power, but it'd be nice to have him have a debut with an RBI base hit and tie this ball game up. Check of the runner. Checks him twice. And here's the 2-1. That's hit foul down the first baseline. 2-2 the count. Two, runner at second, tying run, nobody out, bottom of third. And here's a ground ball hit to the third baseman. It's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be a base hit. The ball was close to the bag. The third baseman, Raper, tried to come in on it. It was a ball that was not hit all that well, but it's going to be a base hit nevertheless, and the Chukars have runners at first and third. And it brings up Steve Barmakian. Looked like it might go foul, and I think Raper might have had trouble as the ball was getting close to the third base bag.
Looked like it was a lightly hit ball, base hit, but first base hit with the Chuckers for Bonning advances Callahan to third, so a very big hit for Bonning.
Chuckers down by 1, but the tying run at third base and nobody out. Barmakian, base hit into right field. We're tied at 1. Bonnie rounds the bag at second. He's going to third. Here's a throw. He's in safe. Barmakian, an RBI single, his 55th RBI of the year. Ties the ball game up. Bonning goes from first to third on the base hit. And it brings up Jose Reyes.
Make that hit streak 15 now for Steve Barmakian. A big hit through the right side, knocking in Callahan.
You are correct, sir. 15-game hitting streak for Barmakian. Reyes fouls it back, 0-1. Jose hit a comebacker to the pitcher first time up. First and third, nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Maybach to Reyes. A throw to first base. Barmaken was leaning the wrong way, but he got back in time. Callahan doubled as Dixon lost it in the sun in right field. Bonding an infield single, and then Barmaken drove home Callahan with a line drive to right. Oh, when pitch, Jose chases one, fouls it off, and it's 0-2. One the score. Great Falls just tied Glacier. It's now 2-2 in that ball game. Of course, we need all the losses we can get from the Voyagers. Barmaken with 9 stolen bases takes his lead at first base. And another throw over the bag. This time Steve's back standing up. Missoula roughing up the Hawks 8-0 in the second. There's no doubt about it, Missoula, the best team in the Pioneer League. Maybach to Reyes. Another throw over to first base. That time Steve was about maybe 3 steps off the bag. I think Maybach just did not feel comfortable. Instead of throwing a pitch, he decided to throw it at first and to regroup on the mound. 3 consecutive base hits for the Chukars here in the bottom of the third. The 0-2, Jose, ball hit foul, third baseline past Billy Gardner Jr. into the Mustangs bullpen down the left field line. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes with Dusty Stroop on deck.
Mentioned that Missoula game. They have the bases loaded now in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. They lead 9-0 now.
Yep. I don't think the Hawks are going to make the playoffs as they did last year. Here's the, nope, another throw to first base, and again, Barmaken just a couple of steps off the bag. Fans are getting a little grumpy. They want some action. Maybach just stares at Barmaken at first. Still looking at him. And the 0-2 pitch, Reyes takes it low, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Jose. Senor Reyes, numero dos. The 1-2. Chopped up in the air, and it's going to be a base hit. No chance for the catcher. Maybach, the pitcher, fielded. He tried to maybe think, I can get a play on the guy coming home bonding, but he passed Maybach, and after that there was no chance to make a throw, so it's going to be a base hit that went about maybe 5 feet. Reyes RBI single, Chukars lead 2-1. And here's Dusty Stroop. 4 consecutive base hits. And really only 1 solid base hit. That was the base hit from Barmaken. And still there's nobody out. First and second. Stroop, ground ball, third base. He'll take it to the bag himself. Raper, the throw to first in time for a 5-3 double play. Barmaken out 5 unassisted. The throw from Raper to Jackson, out number 2. And while all of that was going on, Reyes stopped at second base, and it brings up Hunter Hiskey. Well, the Mustangs last night turned 3 double plays. They have their first tonight. Hunter, a rare strikeout his first time up. Reyes at second, 2-1 Chukars lead. Pitch is low, 1-0. White Sox lead the Royals 3-2. The Royals have really gone to their minor league system, playing a lot of youngsters. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. That time Maybach pulled the string through the changeup, and Hunter was way out in front. The count on Hiskey is 1-1. Reyes takes his lead at second. And here comes the pitch. Low and away. Here's a snap toss to second. Close, but Reyes beat the tag. Nice throw by Fernandez, the catcher. Reyes takes off his batting helmet and sporting that afro hairdo. The 2-1. Pitch inside, 3-1. Speaking of afros, best afro I've seen ever in baseball was Oscar Gamble. Boy, he had a nice fro. Google him sometime. Check it out. Bake McBride of the Phillies also had a pretty good afro back in the 70s. 3-1 pitch. Called strike. The count full, 3-2 on Hiskey.
Well,
Now,
John, you were
was that a
wrong.
throw or what?
That is quite a good throw, Oscar Gamble.
Yep.
I recommend it, folks. Look it up on Google.
Full count, 3-2, runner at second. Chukars have taken a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. Here's the payoff pitch. Hunter hits the ball right side, fielded by the second baseman, Hovey. He'll make the throw in time for out number 3. But the Chukars scored 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We've completed 3. From Melaleuca Field, your score, Idaho Falls 2 and Billings 1.
Celebrating 10 years of living loud. Idaho Falls pride. Idaho Falls pride. We've always said family is everything. We have that family feeling here at Idaho Steel and want to share it with our neighbors. Idaho Steel is a proud sponsor of the Idaho Falls Chukars Community Section. 20 tickets for every home game are given to various nonprofit community partners in the region.
For Chukars baseball.
Line score through 3 tonight. Billings 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Idaho Falls 2 runs, 5 hits. They've committed 1 error. It's time for the 4th. It'll be the bottom of the order facing Jack DeCenzo. And for your middle inning play-by-play, here's Noah Moore.
Thank you, John. The top of the 4th. The Klein, Jackson, and Barth to face Jack DeCenzo through 3 innings of work. Jack has allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So far in the ball game, we've seen the 4-seam fastball utilized a lot by Jack. It's what made us effective in several of his starts. Of course, the best start for Jack was that performance against Glacier. And he went 7 innings, 1/3, 10 Ks, no walks. He has struck out now 53 on the season. His mom and dad are here at the ballpark. I ran into them in the Chukar gift shop yesterday. They were getting some Chukar gear, talking to them about their time with Jack. They both had gear from Nichols College, which is where Jack went to college. Klein will lift this one to right center field. That'll be a base hit. Be a single for Klein. As he pounces on the first pitch and lifts it into right center. It is the 5th base hit of the game for the Mustangs. Klein now goes to 1 for 2. We'll bring up Bryce Jackson, the first baseman. Jackson singled his last time up. Where's number 53? Bats from the left side does Jackson. Runner at first, nobody out. The Chukars lead 2-1. The tying run is at first for Billings. Asenso's first offering to Jackson. It's called strike, outside edge. There's that fastball from DeCenso. At 92, he's hit up to 94, which is generally the top velocity in the Pioneer League. A good fastball from Jack, up to 62 pitches in the ball game, 39 for strikes. 0-1 to Jackson. There's another called strike and another fastball. This time in the inner part of the strike zone. Paints the outer edge. It's 0-2. Jackson is 6'2", 245 pounds, out of Millersville, Maryland. DeCenso at the letters. 0-2 pitch. It's lifted high, foul, third base side. It'll find the seats. Young Fenn has to make the diving catch out there on the concourse. We'll have a nice souvenir over there. Count remains 0-2. Wind is blowing out towards right field. Earlier today it was died out. Well, Glory was still out there in right field, but it's blowing out now towards right field. Lights are on at the park. DeCenso checks on the runner at first. Looks over his shoulder as he comes set. Count 0-2. The wind up and the pitch, it's high. Count now 1-2 on Jackson, who's batting on the interstate, coming into the ball game tonight. 170 on the season, 9 RBI, 2 home runs. This is his first professional season. Senso wind up and the 1-2. There's called strike 3 on the outside edge. Got him looking. Hang that K. That's number 4 for DeCenso. He freezes Jackson on the breaking ball on the outside edge. Here's Jordan Barth, the shortstop. Barth, his last time up, he popped out to Brandon Bonning, our pregame show guest over at second base. Barth played for Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He's from Cold Springs, Minnesota. It's a little number down the first base line. Throw over to first by Hiskey. It's in time. It was not well hit by Barth. Hiskey pops out the crouch, mask off, makes throw to first. Runner at first. That was Klein. He advances to second. So runner in scoring position. A productive out as the tying run is now in scoring position at second for the top of the batting lineup in Cruz Taylor. Taylor drew a walk his first time up and struck out against DeCenso his last time up back in the third. 2 outs, runner at second for Billings. Cruz Taylor batting from the left side. First offering to Taylor. It's a called strike inside of the plate, 91. Jack likes to throw that fastball. He gets it established. Inner part of the plate, outer part, north and south. Can be a very, very effective pitch to get batters out. Count 0-1 on Taylor. The tying run at second. The 0-1 offering. It's low in the dirt, 1-1. Cruz Taylor facing off against Jack DeCenso. Charlie Chukar walks by. Always happy to see Charlie Chukar at the ballpark. Count is 1-1 on Taylor. DeCenso, the wind up and the 1-1. There's a called strike. There's the breaking ball from DeCenso at 82 at the knees. Count quickly 1-2 on Taylor. For the Chukars in the home half of the fourth inning, it'll be DeBonville, Hewitt, and West. And Chukars are up 2-1 over the Mustangs. So comes set. Oh, check out the runner, the 1-2. It's a ground ball, foul ball. It'll race towards the Chukar dugout on the first base side. Count remains 1-2 on Taylor. Came into the ball game batting .281 on the season. Actually, when I saw his name on the league leaderboard, I thought it was mixed up. Taylor Cruz? No, it's Cruz Taylor. C-R-E-W-S. Senso set, checks on the runner over at second. The 1-2 is going to be a base hit. It'll be lifted in the right center up the middle. Here comes the runner from second. That's Klein. Throw will not be in time, so it'll be an RBI single for Cruz Taylor. Scoring Jacob Klein from second. An RBI for Cruz Taylor. And that makes it 2-2. Bring up Burl Dixon. Dixon struck out his first time up, and he drew a walk his last time up. So 0 for 1, another left-handed batter to face off against the righty Jack DeCenso. They tied up ball game 2-2. 6 hits for Billings, 5 for the Chukars. A pickoff throw over to first, and Taylor able to get back in time. For Taylor, that was RBI 39 on the season. His 64th hit. Of course, the team leader in RBI for Billings, that's Gabe Wirtz, who is on deck. Burl Dixon, the right fielder, facing DeCenso for the third time. He'll swing and miss at the first DeCenso offering. Another breaking ball. That's low in the zone. It's 0-1. DeCenso now up to 73 pitches, 48 for strikes, so he's been able to find the zone well. Look, we might be in line for a close ball game tonight, just like last night. The 0-1, there goes the runner, and the pitch is lifted foul, third base side. Count 0-2 on Dixon. He signed with Billings yesterday. As John mentioned, began the year with the Quad Cities River Bandits, the Kansas City Royals system. Last season he played for the Columbia Fireflies, and it combined .237 between the ACL Royals and the Fireflies. Count is 0-2 on Dixon. DeCenso comes set, letter high. The 0-2, that's just a bit too low. The count is 1-2. Dixon was a teammate in high school of Detroit Tigers pitcher Matt Manning, who was the 9th overall selection in the 2016 MLB draft. Never know who knows who when it comes to baseball. Pickoff throw over to first. It was a close play there. Count is again 1-2. Remember talking to Tyler Wyatt in Boise. He was talking about how he caught a bullpen session for the White Sox closer Liam Hendricks. Was actually in a YouTube video as well. I found this earlier this week with former Dodgers pitcher and Cy Young winner Trevor Bauer. Count is 1-2. The pitch is fouled back. Dixon gets some contact on that one, fouls it back. Count remains 1-2 on Dixon. The right fielder for the Mustangs, as Hiskey will go and have a chat with DeCenso. He will walk back. And the count is 1-2. One more out to get for DeCenso. I think it began with a single from Jacob Klein. He came around to score on a single from the man at first. That's Cruz Taylor. Tie out the ball game. It's 2-2 here in the top of the fourth inning on your Wednesday evening. The 1-2 from DeCenso. There goes the runner. Throw over to second from Hiskey, and they got him. Cruz is caught stealing 2-6. Great work there by Hunter Hiskey. That'll end the top of the fourth. A run comes across the score on an RBI single from Cruz Taylor. 2-2 is your score. We go to the bottom of the fourth, listening to Chukars baseball on KSPZ. Bottom of the fourth here on your Wednesday evening. Tied up ball game, 2-2 your score. The Mustangs tied it back up on an RBI single from Cruz Taylor in the away portion of this fourth inning. It'll be DeBonville, Hewitt, and West. Here in the bottom of the fourth, John Balgini offering tickets. Rush up with some baseball gear. Looks like a young man with a baseball glove. Just wants some tickets. Here's Thomas DeBonville. DeBonville is 1 for 1 in tonight's game. He singled in the second, swiped second base, and advanced all the way to third before he was left stranded in that inning. DeBonville playing in his 15th game with the team since he was reacquired by the Chukars rather, in a trade with the Schaumburg Boomers for future considerations. He's playing in center field tonight. First offering from Patrick Maybach. That is outside, 1-0 on DeBonville. Next offering is lifted high. Foul territory, first base. That'll find the first base picnic area. Count 1-1 on DeBonville. Debo, as he's been referred to in the clubhouse. I mentioned Maybach out for round 4. We mentioned he played college ball at South Regina University, a D3 school. That's out in Newport, Rhode Island. Did the research. Next pitch is a swing and a foul tip, and the count is 1-2. Back the 6'3", 205-pound lefty. The 1-2 to DeBonville. That is inside, gets away from the catcher. Count evened up 2-2. Maybach had a good college career with South Regina. He struck out 377 and only walked 104 in his 6 seasons there. The all-time leader in strikeouts for South Regina University. Next offering is way outside of DeBonville. Count now full, 3-2. A walk here would be the first walk issued by Billings pitching in this series. Maybach gets his sign, kick of the right leg, payoff pitch. It's outside, ball 4. So we just mentioned, that's now the first walk issued, by Billings pitching. They did not walk a batter last night. And DeBonville will reach on the walk. Here's Brendan Hewitt. Chukars are the most walked team in the league. The second most walked, I'll take advantage of those walks. Here's Brendan Hewitt, first pitch, a breaking ball that finds the outside edge, count 0-1. Hewitt grounded out to the shortstop. Barth 6-3 in the second. He's down the count 0-1. It's out of Spring Lake, New Jersey. Left-handed batter, bats left, throws left. Check on the runner at first from Maybach as DeBonville's out at first. 0-1. That is outside, 1-1 to Brendan Hewitt. DeBonville has 5 stolen bases in this season. He has not been caught stealing yet. Showing off that speed in his return back to Idaho Falls. Count is 1-1 on Hewitt, nobody out, and DeBonville over at first base. 1-1 from Maybach is swung on and foul tipped. It's a good pitch to swing at. 85-mile-per-hour fastball right down Broadway. Count 1-2 on Hewitt. The Chukar right fielder really could play anywhere in the outfield, in left, center, and in right. Maybach checks on DeBonville at first. Second check on DeBonville. 1-2 to Hewitt. It's fouled back, and Hewitt stays alive. Count remains 1-2. DeBonville, I'll be on his toes over there at first, facing the lefty on the mound. presents an advantage in throwing pickoff attempts. Count is 1-2 on Hewitt. Brady West, the DH, on deck for the Chukars. Nobody out. It's a tied ball game, 2-2 your score. Back checks on to Bonneville. 1-2, Noah pickoff throw, and Debo was able to get back. Just past 8:30. Glad to have with us here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone, and on YouTube, where all Chukars games are live streamed, and on the PBL network. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brendan Hewitt. Mayback delivers the 1-2. It's a ground ball. Got up second baseman Hovey. Throw to seconds in time. There will not be a play at first, so they get the force out at second. DeBonville out, 4-6. Hewitt will reach on the fielder's choice. Hewitt at first for Brady West, who popped out to the shortstop his last time up. He's 0 for 1. It's been a tough go of it for Brady. He's batting .292 coming into the ball game tonight. 6 home runs, 6 triples. As John mentioned, an unusual statistic. The catcher, one of the top league leaders in triples. It's been a tough go of it, though, for Brady. In the latter half of this season, first offering he'll take high. Breaking ball, it's 1-0 on Brady. A left-handed hitter to face the lefty Mayback. Count 1-0, 1 out. Hewitt over at first. He has some good speed. He swiped 12 bases, been caught only once. 1-0 offering to West, lifted up into center field. This will be caught by Taylor. He had to drift just a couple steps over to his left to make the catch. So West flies out. Hewitt remains at first. 2 down, and here's Eric Callahan, who had a double his last time up. A double, it was a gifted double, as Burl Dixon lost it in the sun. Couldn't see it, and it bounced off the wall. A double for Callahan. His 15th on the season. Chukars really know how to hit doubles. They lead the league in doubles, folks, with 191 two-baggers on the season. Of course, Steve Barmakey leads the league. There goes the runner, Hewitt, and there will not be a throw, so a stolen base for Brendan Hewitt. Another stolen base for Hewitt. That's number 15 on the year for Brendan. That pitch was a ball. It's 1-0 on Callahan. So Hewitt, the go-ahead run, now in scoring position at second base. Mayback checks on Hewitt at second as he comes set, belt high. 1-0 to Callahan. He'll foul it right back. It'll bounce off the sweets and back into the section R1. And the count goes to 1-1 on Eric Callahan. Just make it stolen base number 13 for Hewitt. He now ties Callahan for the team lead in stolen bases. 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner at second. The pitch from Mayback. It's a ground ball, chop foul down the third base line. Count 1-2. Mustangs will have Dixon, Wirtz, and Raper in the top of the 5th. It's a tied ball game. Eric Callahan has a chance to drive in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 4th. Count is 1-2. Hewitt reached on a fielder's choice and stole second base, his 13th steal of the season. He back looks into his catcher, Fernandez. Sees one he likes, and he comes set, belt high. Checks over on Hewitt at second. Multiple checks on Hewitt. A third check, and time called. If Hewitt reaches, it would bring up the 9-hole hitter. That would, for Callahan reaches to be the 9-hole hitter, that'd be Brandon Bonning, who had a single in his first at bat with the Chukars. Mayback set, belt high. Checks on Hewitt. Over at second, the 1-2 to Callahan. It's a ground ball that'll get past the shortstop for a base hit. Gardy will send Hewitt, and he's going to score. An RBI single for Eric Callahan. Makes it 3-2. Well struck base hit by Callahan off the bat, 96. Gets past the diving glove of the shortstop, Barth. 3-2 your score. Chukars take the lead back as Brandon Boning steps to the plate. Singled his last time up and scored a run. For Callahan, that's RBI 46 on the season. Pickoff throw over at first. Callahan will dive back in. Brandon's out of Simi Valley, California. Played college ball at Cal State Northridge. This is the fourth team he has been on in independent baseball in 2022. The first pitch to Brandon's is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Had a superstition in college where he would tape up his wrist with a rubber band. Of course, he said up to us on the Toyota pregame show, superstitions are practically just routine, and he has since slowed down that little superstition. Count 0-1 on the Chukar second baseman. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off the hands. Count is 0-2. Maybach up to 69 pitches in the ball game. 48 of them have been for strikes. Gotta say, these Billings pitchers really know how to attack the strike zone. Of course, it was Kenny Serwell last night who was able to really attack the corners, both corners of the plate. This was Bo Bovelin last night. Chukars lead 3-2 with Callahan over at first. Maybach, the pickoff throw over at first, and Callahan gets back in time. Steve Barmakian on deck for the Chukars. Had an RBI single his last time up. Count 0-2 on Bonning. Back the 0-2 delivery. It's high. It's 1-2. Was an RBI single from Callahan. Past the shortstop that scored Hewitt. You're just joining us. Chukars lead 3-2. Be in line for a close finish, depending on how these middle innings go. 1-2. That's low in the dirt at 79. Count 2-2 on Bonning. And Billings will have Dixon, Wirtz, and Raper. Top of the fifth. Jack DeSenza will have to be coming out to see if he can get eligible for a decision. Maybach, kick of the leg. The 2-2 is fouled back. Got a nice battle between Bonning and Maybach. Count remains 2-2. When Brandon was taking some BP earlier this week, and to several of the Billings players, and someone joked at him, "Are you trying to play on every team in the league this year?" Of course, this is the third team in the different team he has played for in the Pioneer League, in the year Missoula and with Ogden. 2-2, that's inside. It's a little bit of the catcher, Fernandez. He's able to keep it in front of him. Callahan does not advance. Count now full on Bonning. 3-2, 2 outs here in the home half of the fourth inning. And activity in the Billings bullpen. A right-hander beginning to toss. Maybach at the belt, checks on Callahan at first. Payoff pitch to Brandon Bonning. It's a ground ball. It'll be gobbled up by the third base. That's played by Raper. Throw over to first, and that is in time. But Eric Callahan gives the Chukars the lead on an RBI single past the shortstop. 3-2 is your score. We go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ. Do you know who was warming up? A ball 1-0 on Dixon. And so the windup and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. It's a nice breaking ball from DeCenso. The count is 1-1. Of course, with the pitch count high in DeCenso, now 74. Often you see the starter try and work in the breaking ball. 1-1 to Dixon. It's a ground ball chopped over towards the first baseman Stroop. He gobbles it up and makes the tag over at first. Dixon grounds out to first unassisted. That is one down in this top of the 5th inning for Gabe Wirtz, who is 2 for 2 tonight. Since he had that sac fly in the first inning of last night's game, Wirtz has reached the last 5 times he has been up. His last 4 at-bats, he has hit singles. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Just offering to Wirtz is outside. It's 1-0. Of course, Wirtz is one of the top hitters on this Billings squad, a team that is a .277 batting average as a team. 1-0 pitch. There's the breaking ball inside. It's 2-0. Wirtz leads the team in home runs with 16, leads the team in RBI with 59 on the season, 19 doubles. He's batting .309. 2-0 offering. Swing and a miss. There's the DeCenso fastball at 91. Count 2-1. Of course, it's Jacob Klein leads the team in batting out at .340. He's the DH for Billings tonight. DeCenso kicks the leg, the 2-1. It's high. Count now 3-1 on DeCenso. No activity in the Chukar bullpen here in the top of the 5th. Count is 3-1 on Wirtz. Wind blowing out towards right field. The kick, 3-1 pitch. A little bit of chin music there as it's ball 4. Wirtz will reach for the third straight time tonight. Make it the sixth straight time he has reached in the past 2 games. So, tying run at first for Jackson Raper. He grounded into a double play his first time up and singled in the third. He is 1 for 2. Bats on the left side. Does Jackson Raper out of Concord, North Carolina. First offering, it's outside, 1-0. Of course, Concord, not too far from Charlotte. It's home of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, big NASCAR venue. Well, the World 600, as it used to be called. Count is 1-0 on Jackson Raper. DeCenso set at the chest. 1-0 pitch. Looked good from the arm. It was an outside fastball at 91. That might have gotten the outside edge, but it's called a ball. 2-0 on Raper. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out. And Gabe Wirtz at first base, the tying run for the Mustangs. 2-0 pitch from DeCenso. That's lifted, popped up. Reyes has a read on it. He'll make the snag near third base. So Raper will pop out to Jose Reyes at third. 2 down. And we'll bring up Andrew Fernandez. Reached on an error in the second and drove in the first run of the ball game on a sac liner out to left field. So officially he's 0 for 1. Wirtz still at first. First pitch, an inside fastball. It's 1-0. Senso now up to 84 pitches. Wirtz over at first. He has 2 stolen bases. He's been caught once this season. Senso nods his head at Hiskey. The 1-0 pitch. That's lifted. It's popped up. Bonning points up at it. It's Dusty Stroop. He makes this catch over by the first base line. Jack DeCenso's worked 5. He's now eligible for a decision and strands the tying run at first base. We go to the home half of the 5th inning. Chukars up 3-2, listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ.
Okay, I think I'm overusing it, honestly.
Bottom of the 5th. It'll be Barmakian, Reyes, and Dusty Stroop to face Patrick Maybach, who's back for the 5th inning to face the Chukar batting lineup. The Chukars lead 3-2. They took the lead in the last inning on an RBI single from Callahan. So Maybach back for round 5, doing his warm-up tosses out there on the Melaleuca mound. Some activity in the bullpen for the Chukars. Looks like that's Luke Laurita, the 7th overall draft pick of the Chukars, warming up in the bullpen. Here's Steve Barmakian to lead things off for the Chukars. He extended his hit streak to 15 games on a single in the 3rd. So an RBI single to the right side for his RBI number 55 on the year for Barmakian. A lefty matchup. Maybach versus Barmaken for the third time in the ball game. 3-2 your score. Maybach kicks the leg. First offering to Barmaken is low and inside at 84. Count is 1-0 on Steve. The 1-0 pitch to Barmaken is in the dirt. It's 2-0. So far in the month of August, Barmaken's batting .400. Had his struggles in the month of May to begin the year, but since then, they're able to be a very consistent bat in the Chukar lineup. 2-0 pitch. There's a called strike on the outside edge. Count 2-1 on Barmaken, who leads the Pioneer League in doubles with 26 on the year. Just ahead of Nick Gatewood of Missoula, who has 25. 2-1 pitch. Barmaken swings and misses at the high fastball from Maybach. Count now 2-2 on the Chukar left fielder. On deck is Jose Reyes. Bases are empty. The 2-2 to Barmaken. Swing and a miss. He goes down on some high heat. Is strikeout number 3 for Maybach, which equals the total he had against the Glacier Range Riders in his last start 7 days earlier. Here's Jose Reyes, 1 for 2. Rounded out on a comebacker, 1-3 in the first, and then singled in the third. Drove in Brandon Bonning. So 1 for 2 with an RBI. First offering to Jose is low. 1-0 on Jose. 5'9", 165 is Jose Reyes. 1-0 pitch is fouled back. Count is 1-1. This is Reyes' third year in the Pioneer League. Began the year with the Missoula Osprey in 2019, back when they were the D-backs affiliate. Played last year with the Paddleheads. Count is 1-1. Maybach, the windup and the pitch. That's inside to Jose. Count is 2-1. He has bats on the left side. Big crouch in his batting stance. 2-1 pitch. There's a called strike. The fastball paints the outside edge. Count even up 2-2 on number 2. Bases are empty. The Chukars lead 3-2 here in the home half of the 5th inning. The sun beginning to set. 2-2 from Maybach. It's lifted foul out of play. We'll just go over the general admission seating on the third base side. Count remains 2-2 on Reyes. Quite a fun surprise, batting .369 on the season with 42 RBI. 4 homers, 2 triples, and 12 doubles for Jose. 2-2. That is fouled straight back. 6 pitches in this battle between Maybach and Reyes. Wonder if the height difference could be an issue for Maybach. 6'3" versus a 5'9" batter. It's a 4-inch difference. Of course, the mound makes him look taller, too. 2-2 pitch to Reyes. He fouls another one back, so we'll do the 2-2 once more. 7 pitches this at bat, 3 straight foul-offs, and the Billings bullpen will activate. A right-hander about to start tossing. Count is 2-2. Maybach kicks, fires. It's another foul ball from Reyes. Count again remains 2-2. Dusty Stroop on deck for the Chukars. It'll be the righty Foster Pace. That is warming up in the pen for the Mustangs. Maybach nods his head. Fires the 2-2 pitch to Reyes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging. The inside fastball fooled Reyes. Breaking ball, excuse me. 2 straight strikeouts for Maybach, who now has struck out 4 tonight. There's Dusty Stroop. Stroop 0 for 2, struck out looking his first time up, and then rounded into a double play his last time up. The one double play turned by Billings. They turned 3 last night. Stroop will foul the first offering from Maybach off on the handle of the bat. Gets into the seats on the first base side. Count is 0-1 on Stroop. Born in Overland Park, Kansas, but resides in Lee Summit, in the hometown of Hunter Hiskey, who's on deck. Maybach, the 0-1 offering to Stroop is swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Is a good pitch to swing. Fastball right down Broadway. And it goes by Stroop. Count 0-2 on Dusty. Bases are empty. Chukars lead 3-2. A couple minutes away from 9 o'clock. Next pitch is a high. Count now 1-2 on Stroop. Looks like we'll see Luke Lorita in the top of the 6th for the Chukars to face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Mustangs. Count is 1-2. Maybach. That'll be a timeout call by Stroop. Count again is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dusty Stroop, the Chukar first baseman. So overall played a good first base since being moved over there by Billy Gardner Jr. He's played quite well there. 1-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Fernandez will complete the strikeout. The throw over to first is in time. So Patrick Maybach strikes out the Chukar side in order. He now has 5 in the ball game. We're through 5 on your Wednesday evening. We go to the top of the 6th, listening to Chukars baseball on KSPZ. Top of the 6th inning, Chukars up 3-2. Night over for Jack DeCenso. New pitcher in the ballgame. It'll be the home debut of Luke Lorita.
DeCenso goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, a chance to win his 5th game of the season. As Noah mentioned, lefty Luke Lorita comes in, 6'3", 185 out of Northridge, California. He was a mid-season draft pick by the Chukars. He's worked just 1 game this season, 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting 167, and I don't know, you've seen this young man pitch on the road, but I know the Chukars pitching staff or the coaches pretty high on Luke Lorita. In fact, Billy Gardner Jr. and I said, we got to get this guy more action to see what he has, and well, his first outing he was pretty good.
Indeed he was. He looked pretty good in Boise. Worked 2 innings, looked pretty nice, was locating the zone well. I talked to Sam Troyer, who was the representative for the Chukars at the midseason draft, and he told me that he had the best stuff out of any pitcher that he saw in the midseason draft. Of course, Lorita is 27, 6'3", 185 out of Northridge, California. Lorita began the year with the Glacier Range Riders, where he played in 6 games. worked 10 innings and a third, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, was hit around in his time with Glacier. Give up 18 hits. So Lorita takes over for Jack DeCenso. As John mentioned, DeCenso, if the Chukars can hold on, maybe adds a little bit more road to this lead, could give the righty his 5th win of the year and in front of his parents. So Luke Lorita, he will take over on the mound. His home debut of the 7th overall draft pick in the Pioneer Baseball League mid-season draft. You have a baseball glove, come on over, and John will give you tickets. And already, someone was ready. Gotta have the glove at the ball game. Lorita will begin his home debut against Jordan Hovey. Hovey has flied out and fouled out. He is 0 for 2, batting on the left side, so a lefty-lefty matchup for Lorita. Kick and the first pitch to Hovey is a called strike, 87 on the radar gun at the knees. Gotta say, the RPMs for Lorita are off, 1769 RPM, which is unusual for a fastball. Count is 0-1. Lorita set at the belts. The 0-1 pitch to Hovey, that's fouled off, and it's 0-2. Lorita played college baseball at California State Dominguez Hills with the Toros, where he went 3-6, started 14 games with the Toros. The 0-2 to Hovey, that's inside, it's 1-2. Was our pregame show guest back during our series against Boise. Got to chat with him about being drafted. All talked about how he helped build houses for the needy in Mexico while he was with Cal State Dominguez Hills. 1-2, that's high. Count is 2-2 on Lorita, who wears number 37. He is the only other lefty on the Chukar staff, the other one being Victor Rodriguez, who has been moved to the starting rotation after beginning the year in the bullpen. Count is 2-2. Lorita kicks the pitch. Called strike 3. That's a beautiful breaking ball from Luke Lorita. It's high in the zone. It fools Jordan Hovey. It's a second strikeout with the Chukars for Lorita, his first of the ball game. So a nice way to begin your home debut. That's 3 straight retired now by Chukar pitching, going back to the 5th. Here's Jacob Klein, the DH. He struck out, and he has singled and scored a run. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Just offering to Klein is swung on and missed. It's a fastball that fools Klein, who was outside, but gets him to swing. Count 0-1. So you mentioned Lorita made his debut in Boise, where he worked 2 innings, 1 hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Next pitch is fouled off, first base side into the seats. Count 0-2. Coaching staff trying to see more of what Lorita can do. He did look good from what I saw in Boise. Count is 0-2 on Klein. Lorita kicks and fires. 0-2 is lifted into foul territory. Dusty Stroop drifts back. He'll make the catch. Out just right of the first base line. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th for Luke Lorita. I'll bring up Bryce Jackson, the first baseman for Billings. Single in the second, and he struck out looking in the 4th. Bryce Jackson, as we mentioned, batting on the interstate, coming into the game at 170. 2 outs, the bases are empty. The Chukars lead 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Lorita is a called strike at 86. Nice looking pitch from Lorita. I say I'm liking what I've seen so far from Lorita. A pitcher that attacks the zone well. The breaking balls have looked quite good from the southpaw. The 0-1 pitch. There's a liner that'll be a foul ball, and the bullpen of the Chukars will scatter. That's on the first base side. Count quickly 0-2 on Jackson. He has been able to quickly get ahead of hitters. 0-2, 1-2. Struck out Hovey looking to begin this top of the 6th. He comes set shoulder high. Wind up and the 0-2. Called strike 3 looking. So Luke Lorita makes his home debut for the Chukars, causes a 1-2-3 frame, and records his first 2 Ks. We go to the home half of the 6th inning. The Chukars up to bat. They lead 3-2. You're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ. Back. Have the rat race out there, and Taylor Nunnally, the wife of John Nunnally, she's playing the skunk, and I believe it's Hunter Hiskey's wife, Hunter, as the rat. Right now, Sarah's leading, though, and it looks like it will be Sarah with the win. Bet Hunter's having a laugh over at that, as is John Nunnally. Here's Hunter Hiskey to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hiskey's 0 for 2 tonight, strikeout and a ground out to second. The lefty-lefty matchup against Patrick Maybach. For Maybach, this is the longest he has been able to work. Actually, if he works through this, gets through Hiskey, it would tie up the longest he's able to work. He worked 5 1/3 his last start. A lefty-lefty matchup. Hiskey is 0 for 2 tonight. First offering, it's inside. Count is 1-0 on Hunter. The Chukar catcher who has played in every ball game this season. Game number 68 on the year. Next pitch, that is high, 2-0. Maybach up to 94 pitches in the ball game. Bullpen for Billings is active. The wind-up and the 2-0 pitch to Hiskey is a called strike. The outer edge, it's 2-1 on the Chukar catcher. 2-1 pitch from Maybach. That's inside, count 3-1 on Hiskey. John mentioned Hiskey has drawn more walks than he has struck out this season. Walked 34 times. 3-1 pitch, lifted out into left center. Going back is Taylor. He's going to make the catch out in left center field. So Hiskey gives it a ride. It's Taylor making the catch out in center field. 5 straight retired by Maybach, and looks like that'll be it. Jim Riggleman comes out of the dugout. And that'll be it for Patrick Maybach. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Infinity Coin with 14 years of experience in coins, currency, and bullion. We will tell you all about the new pitcher when we come back. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. The Chukars lead 3-2.
Foster Pace.
Bottom of the 6th inning. A pitching change for the Mustangs. Taking over for the lefty Patrick Maybach will be a right-hander, Foster Pace, 5'10", 167 pounds, out of Flower Mound, Texas. He takes over for Maybach, who's able to work 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts for Maybach, who is currently on the hook for the loss, but it's a 1-run game, so if Billings ties it up, he'll be given a no decision. Pace on the season for the Mustangs. We'll get the numbers on the reliever. Out of Flower Mound, Texas. For Pace, it's his 24th appearance out of the bullpen, 4-3 record, 37 innings of work, 29 strikeouts, 10 walks, and an ERA of 3.16. The numbers on Pace. His last outing was on the 5th of August in Glacier, where he worked an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hunter Hiskey flied out to center field, and that was it for Maybach. Here's Thomas DeBonville. DeBonville is 1 for 1. First pitch is high. It's 1-0 on Debo. Foster Pace, not sure in relation to the GM of the Chicago Bears, Ryan Pace. The 1-0 is foul tipped. It's 1-1. Last season, Pace played for the Colorado Springs Snow Sox, the Pecos League, where he went 7-1 with a 5.90 earned run average. Count is 2-1 rather. Next offering, and now make it 3-1. On Thomas DeBonville, the Chucker center fielder. On deck is Brendan Hewitt. Pace set at the belt. Looks over at his catcher. The windup and the 3-1 is way outside. The count now is 3-1. Have an issue on the count there. Past 9 o'clock on your Wednesday evening. Glad to have you with us here on KSPZ, the Sport Zone. Pace at the belt. Kick. Fires a 3-1. It's lifted high out towards left field. Playable for Gabe Wirtz. He'll drift over. Actually, the center fielder, Cruz Taylor, who makes the catch. Looked like was going to play on it, but the center fielder, Cruz Taylor, races over, drifts over towards left center, and he makes the play. So DeBonville will fly out. 2 up, 2 down in this bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Brendan Hewitt, grounded out to short his first time up, and then reaching a fielder's choice, swiped his 13th base of the season, and came round to score on a single from Eric Callahan. So 0 for 1, 0 for 2 rather, with a run scored and a stolen base. First offering to Hewitt, it's outside, 1-0. A righty-lefty matchup. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Chukars lead 3-2. Kick and the 1-0. There's a called strike outside edge. It's 1-1. It's a nice looking pitch from Pace at 85. Count is 1-1. 2 outs and the bases are empty. Kick and the 1-1 pitch. It's a ground ball. It'll be gobbled up by the third baseman, Raper. Throw over to first. That is in time. So another 1-2-3 frame thrown by the Mustangs as the Chukars go to order. We're through 6. We're in the 7th inning listening to Chukars baseball on KSPZ.
And fans, it's time for the 6th inning clear. Fans, please help the members of the Waxy Cleanup Crew and your Chukars custard, where they come around to collect your trash. For all your paper and
We're in the 7th inning of play here at Melaleuca Field. Noah Moore back with you on KSPZ, the Sports Zone. The Chukars lead by the score of 3-2. It'll be Barth, Taylor, and Dixon, the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Billings, to face Luke Larita, who looked good out there in the top of the 6th. Fooled 2 batters looking for his 3rd and 4th strikeout with the team. He has not walked a batter yet in his outing so far with Idaho Falls. A quick peek at the Pioneer League scoreboard here on your Wednesday. Missoula's piling it on Boise. They lead 11-1, bottom of the 6th. Final score in Northern Colorado, Grand Junction wins 6-1. Grand Junction's now 15-5 on the season. Great Falls leads Glacier 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th. We're hoping that something might happen to Great Falls or Missoula. Oh, those two teams have with the Chukars for first place North Division. Chukars will need a win if they want to maintain that 3-way tie for first place. Here is Jordan Barth, first off from Larita, lifted up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. So Barth pouts in the first offering from the lefty Larita, sends it up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Jordan Barth. His first base hit of the ball game. Before that at bat, he was 0 for 2. But now the tying run is at first base for the Mustangs. Well, the leadoff man, Cruz Taylor, drew a walk in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and singled in the 4th to knock in Jacob Klein. He bats on the left side against Larita, so a lefty-lefty matchup. Chukar bullpen is active to begin this 7th inning. First offering from Taylor is a called strike. Whew, beautiful looking breaking ball from Larita, like a curve ball. It freezes Taylor, count 0-1. Gonna look at who is throwing in the bullpen. Could be Andrew Cartier. Count is 0-1 on Taylor, runner at first. The next pitch lifted out in the right center. DeBonville will not get to it. It's going to be a base hit. A little blooper out in the right center. So back-to-back singles for the Mustangs. We'll put 2 runners on. The tying run is now in scoring position at second. And the go-ahead run is now Cruz Taylor over at first base. 2 runners on, nobody out, top of the 7th inning for Burl Dixon, who's 0 for 2. He will flash some signs to the infield. First baseman Reyes and first baseman Strooper playing in. Lorita and Dixon, 2 runners on, 3-2 your score. Dixon shows bunt. It'll be gobbled up by Lorita. Throw over to third, and he's safe. So Dixon will bunt his way on. It's a bunt single. Hiskey had pointed over to first base as Lorita came off the mound to field the bunt. Play it, try to get the runner at third, Barth out. So it's a base hit for Burl Dixon, and that will be it for Luke Lorita as the bases are loaded. Billy Gardner Jr. will step out of the Chukar dugout, and it looks like that will be it for Luke Lorita. This pitching change is brought to you by Infinity Coin with 4 years experience in coins, currency, and bullion. We will tell you all about the new Chukar pitcher when we come back. The bases are loaded. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. With nobody out, the Chukars lead 3-2. Well, a big situation here for the Chukars as the bases are loaded. Tying runs at third, go-ahead runs at second. Luke Lorita has been pulled from the ball game. In his place is the big righty Keegan McGinnis. McGinnis worked in last night's game. He went 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 3 in the 8th inning of last night's game. Comes on a big situation. The bases are loaded. Line for Luke Lorita. 1 inning. 3 hits. No runs so far. All 3 runners on base are the responsibility of Lorita. No walks and 2 Ks. And it's a 3-2 game and 1 swing from Gabe Wirtz, who leads the Mustangs in RBI, could change that. Wirtz has reached all 3 times tonight, so it's going to be a tough out to get for McGinnis here in the top of the 7th. Since he drove in a run on a sac fly in the first, he has reached the last 6 times he has been up to the dish. 2 singles in the ball game for Wirtz, and he drew a walk his last time up. Nowhere to put Wirtz. Bases are loaded here in the top of the 7th with nobody out. First pitch to McGinnis, a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It is 0-1. Looked like the curveball from Keegan. The count is 0-1. McGinnis, 2-1 on the season. and 48 strikeouts to 19 walks. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is low and outside. Count is 1-1 on Gabe Wirtz, the left fielder for the Mustangs. Bases are loaded. Again, nobody out. Go ahead run at second, tying run at third. 1-1 pitch as they called strike. Nice offering from McGinnis. Breaking ball freezes Gabe Wirtz. Count 1-2. A strikeout here would be big. McGinnis is bent over, getting his sign from Hunter Hiskey. He comes set at the belt. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside edge at 92. There's the fastball from McGinnis. Freezes Gabe Wirtz, and that'll end the on-base streak for McGinnis. For Wirtz, excuse me. But reached on base the last 6 times he had been up. Bases remain loaded for Jackson Raper. Raper is 1 for 3. Kind of double play his first time up. Single in the third, and he popped out to Jose Reyes his last time up. First pitch called strike on the outside edge. The count is 0-1. McGinnis attacking the zone. The bases are loaded with 1 out. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second. It's the 0-1, swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2 on Raper. Tonight's attendance, 1,941 at the ballpark tonight on a beautiful Wednesday evening. Guinness gets his sign from Hiskey, comes set. Count 0-2. The windup and the pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Second straight strikeout for McGinnis. Guinness trying to strand the bases loaded and keep the score as is. Here's Andrew Fernandez. He reached on an error in the second, drove it around on a sac fly, and popped out to Dusty Stroop his last time up at third. First pitch is a called strike. Inner part of the plate, it's 0-1. On Fernandez, the Billings catcher. Guinness looks into his catcher, Hiskey, set at the belt. The 0-1. Inside, called strike 2. Just like that, it's 0-2, 2 outs. Chukars trying to strand the bases loaded. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt. They're going to tag home, and that'll do it. Keegan McGinnis comes on with the bases loaded and strikes out the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Your score remains Chukars 3, Billings 2. Listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ. Well, how about that top of the 7th? Bases loaded. Keegan McGinnis gets 3 straight Ks and keeps it a 3-2 game. Billings leaves all 3 men on base. On the bottom of the 7th, Chukars are facing Foster Pace, the right-hander reliever for the Mustangs. It'll be West, Callahan, and Bonning. to face off against Pace in the bottom of the 7th inning. Chukars would love to get some insurance. It's a one-run game. They have not had a base runner since the 4th inning. Since Bonning grounded out to end that 4th, it's been 7 straight retired by Billings pitching.
Sounded like I missed a lot of action in the 7th. Andrew Doherty, former assistant GM here at Idaho Falls, stopped in, and he now runs the Milwaukee Brewers complex in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
So he was here, I don't know, 8 years or so. Kevin Green's right-hand man for many, many years, and he's in town to go to the Braun Brothers family reunion this weekend, and boy, I am so jealous. I've wanted to go to that for the last 3 or 4 years, but seems like we have baseball every year. Maybe next year.
First offering to Brady West, they called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Well, that's how it is, John. There's events you want to go to, but baseball every day. The count 0-1. Brady West is 0 for 2 tonight, batting from the left side against the righty Pace. Kick and the 0-1. West lifts it out in the left center. This left field's going to drop in center for a base hit. And that's got to help out Brady West. He's had his struggles with the dish this month, and end of last month really struggled with the dish, and a single's got to help.
And everything, he's been hitting way up in the air, and that was a nice line drive base hit, and Brady needs to get that stroke back that he had back in May and June. But maybe that'll get him started. But, hey, let's get some insurance. Bottom of the 7th here.
Chukars need it. They have not scored since the 4th. West is the team's first base runner and hit since that inning. And here's Eric Callahan. Good night for Eric so far. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a double. He singled his last time up. First offering is a called strike. The outside edge, it's 0-1. West over at first base has one stolen base on the year. Don't really expect your catcher to be stealing bases. Count is 0-1, nobody out, and an insurance run at first base to Chukars. The 0-1 to Eric, it's fouled back, and the count is 0-2.
Last night, Chukars scored a run in the 2nd. They were held scoreless the next 7 frames, and tonight, as you mentioned, they scored a run in the 4th and haven't crossed home plate since then.
I had a feeling with how both pitching staffs have performed these past 2 games. We might be in for some close games rest of the series. You never know.
Well, it was 3-2 Billings last night. Hopefully the Chukars can return the favor tonight.
It's a throw over to first, and West able to get back in time.
By the way, Missoula winning 12-1, and Great Falls now leads Glacier 6-3, so the Chukars need a win to stay in a tie for first place.
And this Missoula's really roughing up Boise. Count 0-2 on Eric Callahan. Pace at the belt. And the offering, it's in the dirt. The catcher Fernandez keeps it in front of him. West remains at first. Count is 1-2 on Eric Callahan, the Chukars shortstop. Missoula, goodness. The bats remain hot for the Paddleheads. We'll see them next week on the road. The 6 games in Zootown. The 1-2 to Callahan. He'll foul it off. Back of home plate. It'll be a souvenir for a fan. Count remains 1-2. Of course, last night Missoula won 7-3 over Boise, who's really struggled in the second half. They are 5-14 coming into tonight. And with how the score looks right now, they're on the verge of going 5-15. A tough go for the Hawks in the second half. Pace set, 1-2. Callahan swings and misses. It's a strikeout for Foster Pace. His first K of the night. As Brandon Bonning will step up. Single in the 3rd, his first base hit at the Chukar. He later came around to score on a single from Jose Reyes and grounded out to 3rd his last time up. Bonning is 1 for 2. He wears number 6. But a good second base has Bonning. Talking to Billy Gardner Jr. What's the scouting report on Bonning? Mentioned good glove. First offering to Bonning is high. It's 1-0. Mentioned Bonning played college ball at Cal State Northridge. On the bio there said he would want to meet Christopher Walken. Interesting choice. Favorite player is Clayton Kershaw. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1 on Bonning. Bonning spelled Bohning. Brandon Bonning likes to wear the socks low. Has the black sleeves on his right arm. The count is 1-1. Pace nods his head. The pitch is through the left side. A base hit for Brandon Bonning. It'll be a single. So a single through the left side. It'll advance, and Brady West to second. So an insurance run in scoring position for the Chukars as Brandon Bonning gets his second hit of the night. Here's Steve Barmakian, 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the third, and looks like that'll be it for Foster Pace. Out comes Jim Riggleman. So we'll see a new Billings pitcher. This pitching change is brought to you by Infinity Coin with 14 years of experience in coins, currency, and bullion. We will tell you all about the new Billings pitcher when we come back. 2 runners are on base, the Chukars, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
Looks like Thomas is in the ball game as a pinch runner.
Okay. What happened to the Ogden game that was on the scoreboard? It disappeared.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't. Darian Reagans.
Oh, Reagans.
Taking over for Foster Pace for the Billings Mustangs will be Darian Reagans. Left-handed pitcher, 6'2", 230, out of Baltimore, Maryland. Last outing was in Glacier, where he went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Season-wide for Reagans, he has a 2-2 record. His 21st appearance out of the bullpen. He started 8 games for Billings. 2-2 record, a 7.08 ERA, 51 Ks to 28 walks, which are the second most Ks on the Billings team. Takes over for Foster Pace, who works 1 inning, allowing 2 hits, no runners yet. There are 2 runners to his responsibility at first and second. He has walked no one, and he struck out 1. A pinch runner in for Brady West. It's Damani Thomas that is pinch running over at second. So Damani Thomas, Billy Gardner Jr. making the swap. A good choice as Damani's got speed. Was a wide receiver and cornerback in high school was Damani Thomas, and he's an athlete. 1 out and 2 runners are on. Darian Reagans in the ball game. They'll face off against Steve Barmakian, so a lefty-lefty matchup to return to the bottom of the 7th. Barmakian is 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single. Infield is shifted towards first base shortstop playing on the closer towards the third base side of second. Wind blowing out towards center field. Reagans checks on the runner at second. The first offering is an inside breaking ball. It's 1-0. Reagans is out of Baltimore, Maryland. This is his first professional season. He was out of baseball 2019 through 2021. He played at Kaiser University in Fort Lauderdale. 0-1, that'll be off the glove of second baseman Hovey. Here comes Damani Thomas the third. The throw is going to be in time. They throw Damani Thomas out. The throw beat him by a mile. He tried to swim around the tag, and he is out trying to go home. It'll be a base hit for Barmakian. Thomas is out. 7-4-2. Bonning will advance to second on the play. So, still an insurance run now at second. That's Brandon Bonning for Jose Reyes. 2 outs now in this bottom of the seventh. First offering to Jose is outside. It is 1-0 on Jose. Jose is 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the third. He struck out his last time up. Count is 1-0. 2 outs. The offering from Reagans is outside again. 2-0. Reagans comes set shoulder high, and he moves the arms around. When he unwinds it, he has the left arm way behind him. He delivers the pitch, checks on the runner at second. 2-0 offering to Reyes. That is a high 3-0. Reagans in danger of walking the bases loaded for Dusty Stroop, who's on deck for the Chukars. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Chukars trying to get some insurance. It's 3-2. The 3-0 from Reagans. That is a called strike at the knees. It's 3-1 on Jose. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Reagans working to Jose Reyes. Runners at first and second. A 3-1. Noah look back to second as Bonning returns back to second base. Bonning looks into, Reagans looking into his catcher Fernandez. The count is 3-1. The offering to Reyes is outside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded for Dusty Stroop, who is 0 for 3 tonight. A base hit would be big. It would give the Chukars some insurance. A situation the Chukars need to take advantage of. Bases loaded and an opportunity to increase their lead. Bases loaded for Stroop, who is 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out twice, and in the third he got into a double play. Stroop overall in the series is 1 for 7. He'll swing at the first. Reagans offering a fastball right down Broadway. Count is 0-1. Chukars hoping to get some insurance. Count is 0-1 on Stroop, who is the team leader in RBI, third in the Pioneer League in RBI with 73. The 0-1 offering. Stroop chops it foul. Third base side, just past Fully Gardner Jr. Count is 0-2 on Stroop. 2 outs. The bases loaded. At first is Reyes. At second, Steve Barbakian. At third base is Brandon Bonning. Reagans is set shoulder high. 0-2 to Stroop. That's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Fernandez. Here comes Bonning. He's going to score. A wild pitch gives the Chukars some insurance. It's 4-2.
Now a base hit here could make it a 6-2 ball game. By the way, Dusty Stroop needs a hit to extend his hitting streak to 16 games. Last night he got a base hit in his final at-bat.
Both runners advance. Barmakian now at third and Reyes now at second. The count is 1-2 on Stroop. The offer from Lega is deep out towards center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Barmakian will score. Reyes will score. And it's an RBI double for Dusty Stroop.
I hate to say it, but I think I called that one. Stroop, base hit last night in his final at-bat to extend his hitting streak. Tonight even bigger, a 2-run double. He has now hit in 16 consecutive ball games.
That's RBI 74 and 75 for Stroop. John, might as well take your middle name to Nostradamus. Here's Hunter Hiskey. Chukars now lead 6-2. Is a base hit past the diving second baseman Hovey. Gardy will send Stroop. And how about another RBI? A single from Hunter Hiskey makes it 7-2.
There we go.
Bats have awoken here in the bottom of the 7th. An RBI for Hiskey. That's 70 now for Hunter. And that'll be it as Jim Riddleman will come out. That'll be it for Darian Reagans. We'll have the second pitching change of this bottom of the 7th. Pitching change brought to you by Infinity Coin with 14 years of experience in coins, currency, and bullion. We'll tell you all about the new Mustangs pitcher when we come back. The Chukars have made it a 7-2 ball game, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
That play at second, I didn't.
Morgan, now pitching for the Billings Mustangs, now 24, the right-hander, Jack Cunningham.
There we go.
Well, the Chukars have extended their lead here in the bottom of the 7th. They lead now 7-2. New pitcher to the game for the Mustangs. It is the righty Jack Cunningham.
Cunningham just joined the team. He was playing for the Ogden Raptors, I believe. Check Cunningham's numbers. Don't know if he's even on the list for the Mustangs.
Well, he was signed Monday, so this is his Mustangs debut for Ogden this year. The Chukars have seen him this season. With Ogden, he went 2-1 with a .536 earned run average, appearing in 26 games where he struck out 26 and walked 8. That'll close the book on Foster Pace, the reliever. He goes 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run earned. All earned against Pace, no walks and 1 K for Darian Reagans. Book not closed on him yet with Hiskey at first, but so far 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk and no Ks. Here's Thomas de Bonville. Depot is 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a stolen base in the 2nd, drew a walk in the 4th, and he flied out his last time up. The first pitch to de Bonville is outside, 1-0. Cunningham, the 3rd different pitcher to go up against the Chukars here in this bottom of the 7th. As the Chukars plate 4. 1-0 pitch to de Bonville. It's a swing and a foul tip, and it's 1-1. Jack Cunningham is 5'10", 185 out of Valencia, California. His last outing was against Boise, where he worked 4 innings, 4 Ks, and no walks. He is set 1-1. A little bit of a sidewinder is Cunningham. This is a foul off. It's now 1-2 on Jack. Cunningham played with Luke Lorita. She played with Brandon Bonning, their teammates at Cal State Northridge in 2019 through 2021. The 1-2 is lifted out in the right. This will go foul to the Chucker batting cages. First base side. Count remains 1-2. Hiskey over at first. He had a single that knocked in Dusty Stroop and made it 7-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Cunningham shakes off some signs from Fernandez and comes set at the chest. 1-2. That's outside. Count evened up 2-2. After being held in check run-wise last night, the offense for the Chuckers has gotten hot here in the bottom of the 7th.
5 base hits in this 1 inning alone.
The 2-2 is fouled off first base side into the parking lot by de Bonville. Count will remain 2-2. At 5 straight since Callahan struck out in the 7th. The 2-2, swing and a miss, and down goes de Bonville on strikes. But what inning for the Chuckers? 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. We go to the 8th inning. The Chuckers lead 7-2. You're listening to Chuckers Baseball on KSPZ. Top of the 8th inning, the Chuckers lead 7-2. Your line score, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Billings, and for your Chuckers, 7 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Now with the play-by-play, here's the voice of the Chuckers, John Balgini.
Thank you, Noah. You made it easy for me. A 5-run lead here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Klein or Hovey, Klein, then Jackson. As Keegan McGinnis came in, bases loaded, no outs, struck out the side last night. McGinnis gave up 2 hits and then struck out the side in the 8th inning last night. So Keegan, who has had his struggles this year, has definitely come to bring his A game at least the last 2 nights here at Melaleuca.
Gotta say, when McGinnis is on, he is on, and it showed the past 2 games.
This is Jordan Hovey, the second baseman. Hovey tonight has flied to center, popped up to the third baseman, and struck out looking. He's 0 for 3. 4 big runs in the bottom of the 7th. A 3-2 game bumps up to 7-2. First pitch from McGinnis is a little bit high, ball 1. Seven runs on 11 hits. The Chukars last night, they had only 2 runs on only 8 hits. Here's a swing and a miss. And the count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I know the game's not over, but it looked like maybe, just maybe, a white knuckler. And here's a high pop-up. Actually, it's going to make center field. It's going to be Barmakian coming over, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. 4 in a row retired by Keegan McGinnis. It's a Big Mac attack tonight here at Melaleuca. Now here's Jacob Klein, 1 for 3 in tonight's game. And all 3 Chukars with long hitting streaks have extended those hitting streaks. Barmakian and Reyes have now hit in 15 straight games, Stroop in 16 in a row. Swing and a miss by Klein, the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. One out, nobody on base. Swing and a foul back. Chukars lead 7-2. Top of inning number 8. Missoula has won. Great Falls looks like they're going to win, so a must-win game for the Chukars to stay tied on top of the Pioneer League's Northern Division. That pitch is high. It's 1-2 on Jacob Klein, the second baseman. West, Bonning, Barmakian, and the big hit was Stroop's double, knocked in 2, and then Hiskey followed with an RBI single. That pitch high, fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chukars looking for their 39th win of the year against 29 losses. 2-2 on the way. Popped up, infield, a high pop-up. Who calls for it? It's going to be Callahan. Now he backpedals and he makes the catch for out number 2. And that is 5 up, 5 down for Keegan McGinnis. It'll bring up the first baseman, Bryce Jackson, who's 1 for 3. Singled back in the second, struck out looking in the 4th and the 6th. By the way, Chukar pitchers tonight have fanned 9 batters. They've walked 3. But again, it's the bullpen that is doing the job tonight, as they did last night and the night before last. Ball hit hard, boy, right back up the middle. Keegan had to duck to get out of the way of that one. So Jackson has a 2-hit night. That'll improve his 170 batting average. And it'll bring up Jordan Barth, who is 1 for 3. Chukars in the home half of the 8th, Hewitt, West, and Callahan. $11 hits, Chukars. Everyone except Brendan Hewitt has a base hit, and he'll lead things off in the 8th. So pitch to Barth. Call, strike, high in the zone. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was about 6 feet outside and down low, and it's 0-2. And Keegan befuddling the Mustangs. Has him off balance, looking for his 4th strikeout since coming into the game. And what a spot he came in. Bases loaded, nobody out. It was a 1-run game. Here's a ball line drive. Great catch by Brandon Bonning, the newest Chukar, as he snags the ball out of the air for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. Bottom of 8, Chukars 7, and the Mustangs 2. Knees. That pitch calls strike as well. Nice slider by Zerski. Oh, 2 inside, fastball, 1-2 the count. Post-game show coming up after the ball game. If things go as planned, we'll have an on-field interview with our player of the game. Major League scores, Pioneer League scores on this 10th night of August. Hewitt checks his swing on that pitch, and that'll even out the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two hits apiece tonight for Callahan, Bonning, and Barmakian. Swing and a miss, and Hewitt goes down for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. And here's Brady West. He led off that 7th inning with a single. Then it was Damani Thomas who pinch ran for Brady, and he was thrown out at the plate, trying to score from second on a ball that deflected off the second baseman's glove. Brady 1 for 3. That pitch way inside. Brady had to get out of the way. And again, West has hit a lot of fly ball outs, but last time up a solid line drive to center field. Trying to get rid of that uppercut swing. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Takes it low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Top of 9, it'll be the top of the order for the Mustangs. I'm sure that's Nate Jenkins warming up for the Chukars. Next pitch is fouled out of play. Of course, it will not be a save situation. Nate has 7 saves for the Chukars, and he has a 4-1 record, by far the most efficient reliever for the Chukars this year. Ground ball, foul ball past Caden White, first base coach, and it's 2-2. The Chukars scored as many runs in the 7th as they did in 15 innings against Billings before that 7th inning. Next pitch misses, and the count full. In 15 innings, they had scored just 4 runs off the Mustangs. Swing and a miss, and down goes West. Strikeout number 2 for Zerski. And now here's Eric Callahan. Callahan doubled in the 3rd, singled in the 4th, and picked up an RBI and struck out in the 7th. So Eric is 2 for 3. First pitch is down low for a ball. 5'10", 185 is Eric Zerski. Little guy throws hard, no doubt about that. The kick, the 1-0 pitch, and Callahan's bailing out, and it's over for a strike. Eric bailed out early, or maybe he had a late break, but the count is 1-1. That's a pitch high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chukars 3 outs away from winning game number 2 of the 6-game set. The 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Brandon Bonning on deck. He's had a heck of a debut. 2 for 3 at the plate. Outstanding defensive play to end the 8th. Zerski comes set below the belt. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and the count full 3-2. Don't see too many pitchers stop below the belt, but that's what Zerski does. Looks into his catcher, Fernandez. Full count, 3-2 on Callahan. And here comes the payoff pitch. That's ball 4. So Callahan with a 2-out walk. And we're going to have a pinch hitter as Sampson's going to come to the plate. Seth Strong will pinch hit for Brandon Bonning. And, of course, Brandon, I'm sure, will go back in the top of the 9th. Strong first at-bat as a Chucker, hit a 2-run home run. He has struggled since then. Strong just 3 hits and 17 at-bats. Batting average of 176. First base, Callahan, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, and the Chuckers with a 7-2 lead. Right-hander warming up in the bullpen just in case. Strong, a big swing and a miss. .17 at-bats. Seth has struck out 6 times in those 17 ABs. 0-1 pitch. He takes it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Here's the 1-1. That's a called strike, and it's 1-2. Breaking ball by Ozerski. One-two the count with Callahan at first base, 2 away. And that's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strong awaits the pitch of Ozerski. Here's the 2-2. Hits it foul out of play to our left. Yeah, the Seth Strong home run, it was a no-doubter. Didn't travel that far. Well, it was 408, but it was so hit high in the sky that you could tell right off the bat it's going to be a 2-run shot. I thought it might have gone maybe 450, but nope, 408, but it counts nevertheless. This pitch outside, the count full, 3-2. Barmakian wants to hit again tonight. He's on deck. Billy Gardner Jr. used Damani Thomas as a pinch runner, now using Seth Strong as a pinch hitter. Full count, 3-2, Callahan off. Ball hit into the gap in right center field, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Cruz Taylor, for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top half of inning number 9. Final call for the Mustangs. The Chuckers have a 5-run lead.
Kids who are actively engaged in something they love are less likely to drink. Help George find their passion.
To work the 9th inning. Jenkins outstanding this season. As I mentioned, he has a record of 4-1 with 7 saves, making his 30th appearance. ERA of 4.23. And Jenkins, in the month of August, has not given up an earned run. Nate's ERA in June was 4.59, July 4.38, August 0.00. He'll face Taylor, Dixon, and Wirtz.
Real quick, gotta commend the job by Keegan Guinness.
Outstanding. Goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, and again he came in with the bases loaded, nobody out in a 1-run ball game, and he struck out 3. He fanned the side in that 7th inning. So Jenkins facing Taylor, Dixon, and Wirtz here in this top of the 9th. Oh boy, Jenkins gives up a home run on the first pitch he throws to Cruz Taylor. Wow.
Goodness.
394, that was a no-doubter over the right field fence. Taylor, the leadoff hitter, with his 13th home run of the year. And there goes the perfect ERA in the month of August for Nate Jenkins on 1 pitch.
That also is the first home run hit this series. Last night there was not a home run hit by either team, and Cruz Taylor opens up the top of the 9th, rudely greets Nate Jenkins in the ballgame.
Here's Burl Dixon, 1 for 3 in his debut. Hits the ball to the second baseman, Bonning, makes the play on the 1 hop, and that is out number 1.
With 1 out, up will step Gabe Wirtz. Wirtz is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, drew a walk in the 5th, and struck out looking in the 7th. So Wirtz will take over on, so Wirtz will bat next for the Mustangs.
1 out, 1 in. Wirtz finally was retired for the first time when McGinnis struck him out with the bases loaded. That sort of set the tone for the 7th inning. McGinnis got out of the bases loaded jam in the top half of the 7th. Chukars scored 4 in the bottom half of the 7th. Jenkins, swing and a miss, and the count now is 0-2 on Gabe Wirtz. Well, the Chukars bullpen just continues to put up some good numbers. Jack DeCenzo, the starter, gave up just 2 runs tonight in 5 innings of work. Then it was Luke Larita, 1 inning, scoreless baseball. McGinnis, 2 innings of scoreless baseball, and now Jenkins trying to put the nail in the coffin of the Mustangs here on this Wednesday. The kick, the 0-2. Fought off and fouled off to our right. Jenkins looks into his catcher, Hiskey. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Righty-righty matchup. And this one again is fought off by Wirtz to stay alive. Two strikes, 1 out. Just got a piece of it, did Wirtz, to stay alive again. 0-2 one more time. Tomorrow night, game 3 of the series. It'll be Tom Walker for the Chukars and Gill for the Mustangs. There's call strike 3. Wirtz didn't like it, but looked pretty darn good from here. And that is out number 2. And that is the 10th strikeout by Chucker pitchers tonight. One more to go. The batter is Jackson Raper.
That batter, number 14, third baseman Jackson Raper.
Hate to call it a must-win, but the Chuckers certainly needed this one after both Missoula won. Jenkins flags it down. He'll make the throw, and the Chuckers win. A home run by Taylor to start the inning, but that was it. The Chuckers win by the final score of 7-3 on this Wednesday night. Stick around for our post-game show here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Thanks, John. I am here with Keegan McGinnis, tonight's Burger Theory Player of the Game.
Defeated the Yankees. Aaron Judge with home run 45, but the Mariners walk it off. Phillies defeat the Marlins 4-3. Cleveland defeats Detroit 3-2. Atlanta defeats Boston 8-4. The Texas Rangers defeat the Houston Astros in extras in the 10th 8-4. Kansas City, a big win over the White Sox. Former Chucker Josh Stallmont with the win. Kansas City wins 8-3. St. Louis defeats Colorado 9-5. Toronto and Baltimore, they were postponed to some inclement weather in the Baltimore area. Only 2 games active right now. The Dodgers and the Twins tied up at 4, bottom of 6. And the top of the ninth, Pittsburgh leads Arizona 5-3. Should be a big day tomorrow, John, because tomorrow is the Field of Dreams game, the Cubs and the Reds in Dyersville, Iowa.
You mentioned Josh Stallmont. He was the kid who threw over 100 miles an hour here in Idaho Falls, and 3 other Chuckers had hits in that Kansas City win: Salvador Perez, Hunter Dozier, and Kyle Isbell. So, yeah, the Former Chukars had a good role in the Kansas City win. Pioneer League scoreboard, Grand Junction over Northern Colorado 6-1. It was Great Falls 6, Glacier 3, and Missoula beat Boise 14-3. Ogden was leading Rocky Mountain 5-4. I don't know if they got rained out. The score just basically and simply disappeared off our screens. So anyway, the bottom line, the Chukars win. Final line tonight for Idaho Falls, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. And for Billings, 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. Winning pitcher was Jack DeCenzo. He's now 5-4 on the season. No save in the ball game. Meanwhile, the losing pitcher, Patrick Maybach, the starter for the Mustangs, his record is 1-3. Only 1 home run hit in the ball game. That was by Cruz Taylor in the top of the 9th. The leadoff guy, his 13th of the season. It was a solo shot, and that was the only home run. Chukars go homerless for the 2nd straight game. The game took 3 hours and 13 minutes to play in front of a crowd of 1,941. So a 3-2 ball game. Noah finished up 7-3 after the big 4-run 7th inning, and hopefully the Chukars can keep it going tomorrow night in Game 3 of this 6-game set.
Yeah, we're hoping for it. It was a good 7th inning and good work for the Chukars offense. They had some issues against Billings pitching. I always had a feeling coming this is going to be a tough series for the offense. Of course, Billings is the top pitching staff in the Pioneer League. It'll be a tough one for the Chukars offense, and they showed that their offense can go toe-to-toe with the defense of the Mustangs. So it should be a good game tomorrow. We have Tom Walker making his first start at home for the Chukars. He'll be opposed by Elijah Gill of the Mustangs.
By the way, Chukars bullpen 4 innings, gave up just the 1 run. That was the home run by Taylor in the 9th. Once again, the final score of tonight's game, Chukars 7 and the Mustangs 3. We'll be back at it again tomorrow night right here at Melaleuca Field as the Mustangs and the Chukars continue this 6-game set. Until then, for Noah Moore, I'm John Balgini reminding you that Chukars Baseball is a presentation of Sand Hill Media. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer League, Sand Hill Media, and KSPZ, the Sports Zone. Tonight, the Chukars win by the score of 7-3. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jim.